Hey everyone, so we're diving into some serious news today. Remember Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former personal lawyer? Well, he gave some pretty explosive testimony, and it's sending shockwaves through the political landscape. For those who don't know, Cohen was Trump's right-hand man for years, handling everything from business deals to personal matters. But their relationship soured, and Cohen ended up pleading guilty to campaign finance violations and lying to Congress. Now he's turned on his former boss, and his testimony is full of bombshells that could have serious implications for Trump. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 biggest revelations from Cohen's testimony stuff that could change everything. Alright, so let's start with one of the biggest bombshells. Cohen's claim that Trump knew about the WikiLeaks releases in advance. Remember those damaging DNC emails that were leaked during the 2016 campaign? Well, Cohen testified that Trump was not only aware of the leaks before they happened, but he was actually excited about them. Think about that for a second. The suggestion here is that Trump, a presidential candidate, knew that a foreign entity was planning to interfere in the US election to help his campaign, and he welcomed it. That's a huge deal, guys. Cohen went on to describe a meeting where he was present, along with Trump and Roger Stone, a longtime Trump advisor. According to Cohen, Stone told Trump that WikiLeaks had a trove of damaging emails about Hillary Clinton, and that they were going to be released soon. Cohen claims that Trump was thrilled by this news and even seemed to encourage Stone's efforts to stay in contact with WikiLeaks. Now, Stone has denied these allegations, but Cohen's testimony puts Trump right in the middle of a potential conspiracy to collude with a foreign power to influence the election. It's important to note that Cohen's testimony alone doesn't prove Trump's guilt, but it does raise serious questions about what Trump knew and when he knew it. If this is true, it suggests that Trump was willing to benefit from foreign interference even if it meant undermining the integrity of our democracy. Okay, moving on to another major revelation, the hush money payments. Now, we already knew that Cohen had arranged payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels and Playboy model Karen McDougal to keep them quiet about alleged affairs with Trump. But Cohen's testimony provided a much more detailed account of how these payments were made, and more importantly, how Trump was directly involved in orchestrating them. Cohen testified that he worked directly with Trump to arrange the payments, and that Trump even reimbursed him for the money he paid to Daniels. He even produced a copy of a check that he claims Trump personally signed to reimburse him for the hush money. This directly contradicts Trump's previous denials of any involvement in the payments. Remember, Trump had claimed he knew nothing about the payments until after they were made. But Cohen's testimony, along with the documentary evidence he provided, paints a very different picture. It suggests that Trump was actively involved in a scheme to silence these women in order to protect his candidacy. The legal implications of this are huge. These payments could be considered illegal campaign contributions, and if Trump was directly involved, it could mean serious legal trouble for him. Alright, let's talk about Russia. Cohen dropped another bombshell when he testified about Trump's ongoing business dealings in Russia during the 2016 campaign. This is significant because it directly contradicts Trump's repeated claims that he had no business ties to Russia during that time. Cohen testified that he was personally involved in negotiations for a Trump Tower Moscow project that continued well into the campaign. He even claimed that Trump was aware of these negotiations and was personally involved in some aspects of them. This revelation is important for a couple of reasons. First, it suggests that Trump may have had a financial motive to curry favor with Russia, which could explain his reluctance to criticize Putin or acknowledge Russian interference in the election. Second, it raises questions about whether Trump's campaign was coordinating with Russia on both business and political matters. If Trump was actively pursuing a major business deal in Russia while also seeking their help in winning the election, it would be a clear conflict of interest, and potentially even a crime. Let's move on to Trump's finances. Cohen made some explosive allegations about Trump's efforts to manipulate his tax returns and financial statements. Cohen claimed that Trump routinely inflated his assets when it suited him, such as when he was trying to secure loans but then undervalued them when it came time to pay taxes. He even provided Congress with documents that he claimed were examples of Trump's fraudulent financial practices. Now these are serious accusations. If true, they could mean that Trump has been committing tax fraud for years. This is something that has been suspected for a long time, but Cohen's testimony provides some of the most concrete evidence yet to support these suspicions. It's important to remember that Trump has fought tooth and nail to keep his tax returns private. He's the first president in decades to refuse to release them, which has only fueled speculation that he has something to hide. Cohen's testimony adds more fuel to that fire, and it could put increased pressure on Trump to finally release his tax returns. Finally, let's talk about Cohen's allegations about Trump making racist remarks in private. This is perhaps the most personally damning of all the accusations. Cohen testified that he had personally witnessed Trump make racist comments about African Americans, Latinos, and other minority groups. He described Trump as someone who holds deeply prejudiced views and who has expressed them openly behind closed doors. Now, this is not the first time Trump has been accused of racism. His history is littered with examples of racially insensitive remarks and actions, from his attacks on the Central Park Five to his Muslim ban. But Cohen's testimony provides first-hand accounts of Trump's alleged racism, coming from someone who spent years by his side. These allegations are deeply troubling because they suggest that Trump's public statements about race are not just political posturing, but reflect his true beliefs. If true, it paints a picture of a president who harbors deep-seated prejudices against people of color. This is something that should concern all Americans, regardless of their political affiliation. So there you have it, 5 bombshells from Michael Cohen's testimony that could have serious implications for Donald Trump. We've covered everything from potential campaign finance violations to allegations of racism. These are serious accusations, and they raise serious questions about Trump's fitness for office. It's important to remember that all of this information is based on Cohen's testimony and public records. Trump has denied all wrongdoing, and his supporters continue to stand by him. But Cohen's testimony has undoubtedly shaken things up, and it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you make of Cohen's testimony? Do you believe him? And what do you think the implications will be for Trump? Don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this developing story.